If you need a quick dinner idea that's doable after a long day, I have 4 20-minute healthy meals that are made with clean whole food ingredients and are still packed with so much flavor. Our time is precious, and while I love cooking for my family, quick meals like these help me get back to what matters most while still putting a delicious home-cooked meal on the table without sacrificing quality of food. This first recipe is the loveliest summer pasta dish, and it's perfect for summer not only in its flavor, but also because it's a no-cook pasta sauce. So besides boiling some noodles, you don't have to be slaving over a hot stovetop during the hot summer days. It's a creamy lemon pesto pasta, and it's seriously so simple to throw together. Boil a package of your favorite pasta, make sure to salt your water. I grated up some Parmesan cheese. I also grabbed some basil from the garden, about a tablespoon that I chopped up. You're going to need 1 lemon. Now I am going to make this with a lemon artichoke pesto sauce that I got from Thrive Market. You can use any pesto you can find. I did not find any lemon flavored pesto at the store, so if you'd like some more lemon flavor in this dish, you can use the zest of 1 lemon. While you wait for the pasta, you can prepare your sauce. It'll be done before the pasta is. You'll need 1 1/3 cup of ricotta cheese, 1.5 tablespoons of olive oil, 3 tablespoons of lemon artichoke pesto. You can use a regular pesto, you could find a lemon pesto. If you can't, then you can just add some of that lemon zest like I said. You need the juice of 1 lemon, 2 garlic cloves minced, a 1/2 cup of grated Parmesan cheese, salt and pepper to taste, and reserve a 1/2 cup of your pasta water. Make sure it's still hot. That's going to help everything incorporate together for this sauce. Once cooked, drain your pasta and pour it right into your sauce. I served this pasta with some roast chicken breast that I had made earlier on in the week. I like to do some meal prep on a Sunday. One of the things I like to have prepared is some of the meat for the meals. It just saves a whole bunch of time. If you want to, you can just go grab a rotisserie chicken as well. Now I need some onions and some tomatoes for some coming recipes. Despite the jungle that the garden is, it is still giving. So let's go see what it has to offer. taking some time to enjoy this absolutely glorious day. It is beautiful and is the first day in a long time that actually feels invigorating and not just oppressive. The weather has been so hot and it's still warm today, but the humidity isn't so bad and there's a nice cool breeze. The sun is obviously shining. The ladies are singing the song Other People. There are birds chirping. There are butterflies and insects flying all around, and it's just lovely. I have my favorite drink right now in hand from Armor Colostrum, their watermelon flavor that has just been so helpful for my gut health, and I am very thankful they are sponsoring today's video. If you aren't familiar, Armor Colostrum is a bioactive whole food. It contains over 400 functional nutrients, including antibodies and antioxidants, peptides, micronutrients, minerals, prebiotics. It goes to the cellular level to help transform your health. For the gut, it'll help optimize your microbiome and strengthen your gut wall barrier. For me personally, since taking it, I have noticed so much less bloating. My digestion has been super regular, which is amazing. And I've even noticed some lessened sensitivity to foods that used to bother me. You can also look for improvements in your hair, your skin, even your oral health. Really, there are so many benefits to using it. To take it, I will either do 4 scoops dry right into my mouth of the regular. It tastes just like a white cheddar powder. Really good. If you don't like that, you could just pop it into some yogurt. You wouldn't even know it's there. Right now, however, I am loving the flavors. They're super refreshing. I look forward to them every day. My most favorite is the watermelon, but I also really love the pineapple. If you want to give Armor a try and experience all of its benefits, they've been so generous to give my viewers 15% off your first order. All you have to do is go to tryarmra.com/seedandsparrow or use my code is seedandsparrow at checkout. That's tryarmra.com/seedandsparrow. Thanks again to Armor Colostrum for sponsoring today's video. The second recipe I will share with you is a crowd pleaser around these parts. It's a Big Mac smashed taco. We're going to use some of the veggies we just harvested, some of the red onion I'm going to slice thin, and we're going to dice up the tomatoes. I have some Roma tomatoes and this Wapsipinicon peach tomato. They're my favorite, and Wapsipinicon is just a fun word to say. They are the sweetest tomato I have ever grown, and they will be one that I will continue to grow. For the burger mixture, I have 1 pound of ground beef. I'm going to mix into that about a tablespoon of brown sugar. I like just a touch of sweetness in my burgers. That might sound weird. That's how my mom made them growing up, and now I do the same thing. I did a ½ teaspoon each of garlic powder and onion powder, a splash of Worcestershire, probably about a tablespoon, a ½ teaspoon of salt to finish it off. Mix that together well, and then I pulled out of the freezer some mini tortillas that I had thrown together a while ago. I like to make them in bulk and then keep them in the freezer for quick dinners like this. I will put another video on the screen here where I show you how to make my tortillas. So we're just going to take a bit of that mixture and press it down onto each of these tortillas, maybe about a 1/4 cup. Just depends on the size of the tortillas you are using. These are pretty small. We're going to transfer these to a nice hot skillet. I am using 2 to make the process go faster. If you have a griddle, that would work amazing as well. I'm just going to fry these up for about 4 minutes on this side. Give them a flip, and then I'm going to top them with some cheese. Cover and allow that cheese to melt just for a minute or 2. The bottoms of these get super crispy, and it's really what sets these apart from just a typical burger. We're going to make some Big Mac sauce to go with this. Now, if I am being completely honest, this recipe changes for me every time I make it. There is a set recipe, and I have it on my condiments video, but I don't always remember what my recipes are, and sometimes I'm in a hurry, so I just wing it. And I did about a 1/4 cup of mayo, 3 tablespoons of ketchup, 1 tablespoon of mustard. I did probably a tablespoon or 2 of pickle juice, a sprinkle of garlic powder, a sprinkle of onion powder, and a dash of paprika. I know, very precise of me, but I will include all of today's recipes as per usual down in the description, including the actual Big Mac sauce recipe, and I'll put that video here on the screen for you as well. We also go over how to make our own mayo in that one, so it's definitely one to watch. top with your favorite burger toppings. I did some shredded lettuce, some red onion, tomatoes, pickles, and our Big Mac sauce. These are enjoyed thoroughly by all. This is honestly how we prefer to eat our burgers anymore. It just takes a burger to the next level, really elevates it, and you wouldn't think it's anything overly special, but they're so delicious. If you've never tried a Big Mac smash taco, this is your sign. Put it on the menu for next week. This next recipe is a new favorite. We're gonna make a kebab, but it's not really a kebab because we're not using skewers, but it's the same end result. Absolutely delicious, but it saves so much work. I went out to the garden, I grabbed some fresh parsley. You're gonna need 3 tablespoons. I have that chopped up, and 1 shallot diced, or you can use a small brown onion. You'll need 2 pounds of ground beef, or you could do ground lamb, or you could mix the two, whatever you can find near you. Now for lots of flavor, we're doing a tablespoon of minced garlic, a tablespoon each of cumin, coriander, and sweet paprika, and then optionally you can add some chili flakes. I just did a little sprinkling of them. If you like things super spicy, go ahead and add some more. 1.5 teaspoons salt, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. I'm going to add in those 3 tablespoons of the finely chopped parsley, and we're also going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. You'll want to mix this very thoroughly. There are lots of spices in here that need well incorporated. About 1 to 2 minutes of mixing. Don't worry about over mixing. That won't hurt it. This mixture is going to go onto a parchment-lined baking sheet. It's not enough that it's going to cover the entire sheet, about 2/3 of it, and you want it to be somewhere between 1/4 inch and 1/2 inch thick. Now using a knife, or here I'm using a bench scraper, you're going to cut some strips all the way through. And then coming back across the opposite way, you're going to make some indentations. So you have what looks like a bunch of little rectangles. This is just going to create some indentations and some high spots, which are going to get nice and golden brown. You're going to brush this with some olive oil and bake it at 475 for about 12 minutes. Now for our toppings, I have sliced up another red onion. I am going to put about 1/4 teaspoon of salt on there and the juice of a 1/2 lemon, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, and a sprinkle of paprika. Mix that up and set it off to the side, and then we're going to make a yogurt sauce for this as well. That will be 1 cup of yogurt, the juice of 1/2 lemon, and a teaspoon of minced garlic. From the garden, I have sliced up some more tomato. I wanted some cucumbers, however, cucumber beetles have demolished all of my cucumber plants except for the cucamelons, so we're going to slice up some cucamelons to serve on top. I wanted to show you just how juicy this kebab turns out. It is absolutely delicious and not in the least bit dry. I served this up on some pita bread. If you're looking for a high quality pita, go to Wild Grain. They have an amazing clean pita bread. I can't find anything like that at the store, so it's not something I would typically buy, and it's not something I have ventured to make on my own yet, but perhaps here in the future. This is such an easy one, and it's packed full of flavor. My family loves this one, and I hope yours will too. This next 20-minute meal I am sharing with you is a creamy sausage pasta. I am using whatever I can from the garden this time of year. I try to incorporate as much as I can fresh because that's where the nutrients are. I'm all about seasonal eating if possible. We're chopping up some more tomatoes, one of the Ajvarski red peppers, and another shallot. Now I am using some Italian chicken sausage today, but you can use any flavor you want. You can even use loose sausage if that's what you can find. I like to slice it on an angle just to be a little bit extra. I just like to treat the people I'm cooking for, and it may seem silly and very simple, but I think when you put a little bit more effort into presenting something a certain way, it just makes people feel special. So we're cutting sausage on an angle. Sausage is going to get thrown into a piping hot skillet. You want it to get nice and brown and caramelized. Then we're going to remove that from the skillet and we're going to cook up our veggies. Two tablespoons of butter is going to go into that skillet along with all of the drippings that were in there. We're going to put in the peppers and the onions and the tomatoes. These will cook until everything starts to soften up and the onions turn translucent. While the veggies are doing their thing, we're going to get some pasta boiling. I have 12 ounces of pasta here. Use whatever pasta you want. Now for 2 cloves minced garlic, going to go in here and allow that to get fragrant and cook up a bit. And then we're going to add in 2 tablespoons of tomato paste, and we're also going to mix that well and allow that to cook for a minute. After that, I put in a splash of white wine. It's totally optional. The alcohol will cook off. I just like to do that for the flavor and to scrape up any brown bits. It probably amounted to a 1/4 cup. Now slowly we'll add in some heavy cream. This is 2 cups. Before you drain off your noodles, grab a 1/2 cup of that pasta water, pour it into your sauce, mix that together, and then I freshly grated some more Parmesan cheese, about a 1/2 cup, and stir that in until it's melted. I then just adjusted to taste with salt and pepper. I also added in a touch of paprika, about a 1/4 teaspoon. Then we'll just add our cooked pasta in and our sausage, and dinner's ready to go. I hope these 4 quick 20-minute meals help you get a good meal on the table even after a long day. Quick doesn't mean you have to sacrifice good for you food. Meals like these allow you to still serve your family nutritious food packed full of flavor without spending all your precious time on it. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know which one of these recipes you want to try first down in the comments. Many blessings, my friend. Until next time, take care.